Oh my stars, I can't believe what I found. Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you're having a great day. I hope everything is going well. I was out shopping with my daughter for our birthday shopping extravaganza. We've had my birthday and then her birthday, and they're not close together other than they're both in spring. So we always try to go shopping together, do something fun, and it tends to end up in art stores. We love Hobby Lobby, we love Michael's, but that's the ones that we have close. So we don't get to go to many other stores. So you know what? When you live way up in the UP, you have limited options unless you're willing to drive very far. So we make the best of it. But at Hobby Lobby, we found this lovely thing I did not even know was a thing. Watercolor canvas panels. These are going to be for me for practice on, so I can see what this is like. But then we also found, I say we, my daughter found watercolor canvases. I am absolutely over the moon for this. Haven't tried them yet. I took one out of the wrapper. It looks fabulous. Looks like a canvas. I mean, it doesn't look much different than any other canvas I've ever seen, other than it says that you can use it with watercolor and any other watery medium that you want to use it on. I am flippin' excited. Back. I think I'm gonna, wait a minute, I think I'm gonna get a regular canvas panel and one of these, and we'll see if watercolor will just go on a regular old everyday canvas panel and how it will do. Or maybe we'll do a regular canvas, because I got some small canvases too, and we can try a little bit of watercolor on this and on a regular canvas and see if there's a difference. Okay, so I got a regular canvas. I don't know where I got these. I think they were gifted to me long ago. Like a regular canvas, it is covered in plastic. I'm going to open up both of these, and these are canvas boards. And then I got a regular, this is much smaller. I thought they were about the same size. That's weird. Anyway, much smaller. This is a regular canvas. They come in a 2-pack. I think these are, yep, these are from Michael's. Regular canvas, nothing special, just regular. And then this is the watercolor one. So we're going to try both with watercolor. I'll see what happens. Okay, my first thoughts on this is, now that I've got them out of the packaging, the regular canvas panel is much softer. I never really noticed that. This is rough, as you would think watercolor paper would be. It's kind of rough at times. Some of it's not so rough, but also if you get these canvas panels from Master Touch, they don't have anything written on the back. So once you open up the packaging, it is just a canvas panel. Unless you just really know what you're doing and you have both, you might want to write on the back of each one what it actually is, so that you don't forget if you throw this away. So I marked all of these so I would not forget what they are, but they're all individually wrapped. A lot of times when you get a bunch of regular canvas panels, they wrap each in every other one. This one, they wrapped each one. They all have little teeny tiny holes in them. I also love to use these kind of scissors to open up this kind of a package. You know, you just get like in this little corner, shove it in there, pops right up, and then you can just get that off there. Okay, So, yeah, that was my first thought on this. Now on the big one, the regular one, this is the regular canvas. It's rough. It's, you know, it's a canvas. But this has a completely different texture to it. This one you can actually see, I'm hoping you can see the texture on a regular canvas. And these are not fancy canvases. These are just, you know, inexpensive. But this one, look at that. You can hardly see the canvas underneath. And it does say kiln dried, stretched on stretcher bars. So I don't know if that means the bars are kiln dried. Kiln dried stretcher bars. I don't know. I don't know what that. I don't know much about these. I might have to look some of this up and see. But you can definitely see there's like a filler in there somewhere. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna find out more information about this because it's very interesting to me. I enjoy this whole thought process. Okay, so I'm gonna pause a second and get me some water and some paint situated, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I have water, I have paintbrushes, I have 3 different sizes. I know, I saw this thing the other day, they said, hey, you really need to learn how to paint a whole picture with your really big paintbrushes, even if it's small, because they have this fine tip on them over here. So, whoa, I just touched, my phone is plugged in, so I just touched the cord. It's sending you rocking and rolling. Sorry about that. Try not to do that again. Oh, here we go again. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Now, this thing is not supposed to wobble. Once in a while it does. My phone is really heavy. So, okay, like I was saying, these have a really fine tip when they're wet, and they're really fantastic. And I have a hard time saying the name of them, but it's really cool. These are really cool. I'll just show you what they are. Squirrel hair. Anyhow, okay, so I'm going to try something here. I like to make backgrounds. You know this. If you watched any of my videos, you know this. And so, watercolor paper, canvas board and regular canvas board. So we're just going to see how they take on the water. And if they do, I'm going to start with this one because it is not a watercolor. It may need a little more time, or it may not soak up the water at all. We may just call it quits and don't do this one because it is not watercolor. Get some gooeys, a paintbrush or something, or maybe it's just on the canvas. Who knows? Sorry about that. A lot of ding ding ding, but we don't know unless we try. So as soon as I got these canvases, this was instantly what I thought of doing. I thought, let's test them. Let's test them. Let's see why they were on clearance, because Heavenly Days. It just seems to me that people probably didn't know that they were a thing. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to start off with some In the Throne Blue. And we're going to see if it goes anywhere. No, so far, nothing. No blending. No background sides, nothing. It's just on the canvas, kind of settling in the little areas. Okay, kind of what I thought, because it is actually just a regular canvas. A canvas for acrylics and possibly oils. Not for watercolor. sorry, shut that light off. This is a little bright. I have extra light going in here. I like my light. I like to be able to see, but my window is beautiful light. Perfect. Natural. God-made light. Makes me happy. So we're just gonna try this and see what happens. See what happens when it dries. Maybe it'll look different. Maybe it'll look like total caca. I don't know. Craparama? Who knows? Maybe it'll look fantastic. Maybe it'll be a whole new thing. Never know with me. Sometimes I see things and I'm like, dude, that is fantastic. It's not supposed to work, but it works for me. Okay, so I'm just going to get up some of this because I don't like this area right there. I'm going to add a little purple around the top. That green is under the sea green, and the blue was in the throne blue, and those are both by Daniel Smith. I'm looking at my cheat sheet over there, but it's far away. My glasses are messing with me. And then the red I'm going to use, another purple I'm going to use is quinacridone purple, which is also by Daniel Smith. I like his stuff. Ooh, some pretty purple. I do like it. But it's not doing anything you would expect it to do. And that's okay. We were just testing to see. Okay. And that's okay. That's okay, man. It's alright. It's okay. Okay, now let's try this one. This is supposed to be watercolor, paper, canvas, whatever. Already, it's taking the water completely different. Already. I am going to move it over closer to the paints, just in case I like this for some reason when it's dry. I'm just going to do it again down this way. Oh my goodness, it's just completely different. Completely, absolutely, fantastically different. Wow, I don't know if you can see that, but it's just got a beautiful sheen. A beautiful sheen on it. And once again, this is just watercolor canvas board. Yeah, it's got a nice little sheen on it. I didn't get that sheen on the regular canvas board. Okay, didn't even get a sheen, nothing on the regular one, which is fine. Again, super fantastical fine. No problems. I'm not upset with this. I will be upset if this doesn't work. Okay, let's see. The moment of truth. Okay, it is definitely reacting differently. It's not bleeding like you would think it would. It is kind of wet. It is a little wet. It's got a sheen, but it's kind of wet-ish. So I don't want it to be too wet, where it just won't bleed at all. Just want that nice sheen on there. And just that little bit of where you can see that it is wet, but it's not like drippy. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't. Maybe you're not an artist, painter, whatever, and you don't know what I mean. It's just, you don't want it to be drippy. You want it to not pool. You want it to just, this is very interesting. Very, very interesting. I mean, I can take it off easily. Wow. Very interesting. Okay. A little more of the blue. I like the names of Daniel Smith's colors too. Some of them are really cool. Some of them are just normal. But in the throne blue, I mean, You had me in the Throne Blue. I was like, I need that color. I don't even care what it looks like. So yeah, that was one that I had to have. Okay, let's try some of the quinacridone purple on the other side. The thicker you make it, the less it's going to go anywhere. It is not blending like I thought it would. I thought it would blend out a lot better, like just really, really, you know, blend together like on watercolor paper. It seems like this would be really good for something like multimedia, which I'm all about. I love multimedia. And so we'll try that on another one at a different time. If this doesn't do what I want it to do, we'll see. This is again the Under the Sea green. It's a very deep, dark green. I love this color. What I like to do is do these big backgrounds and then paint the scenery in the middle. And see, anybody can do this. If you can paint a circle. I'm going to take a little bit of this other green too. This is Olive Green by Winsor Newton. This is also a very lovely color. But if you can paint a circle and make some petals, you can easily make a flower. And this, look, I'm not doing anything special here. I am playing around with letting paints do their thing. They're doing all the work. I'm not doing anything fancy. Excuse me. It's not blending out like I thought it would, so I'm going to help it a little bit. Some darker green and some lighter green, just because I can. We'll see what happens. Very interested in this. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but my fan is going. It is finally summer and it is warm in my little studio. So, sorry if it's loud, but it is what it is. Gotta have some air blowing around or I would melt. Wait and wait and wait for spring, and then it gets here, and I don't know where you are, but I live where there are jack pines, and come to find out, I'm allergic. A lot of people are allergic to jack pines. They are nasty little trees. They give off this pollen, turns everything orange, yellow, and then my poor nose takes a beating. Okay, let's try a little bit of this way on this one too. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what it does. I mean, it should just melt down, you'd think, right? And it will. Look at that. It does good, but it doesn't do like that. That is completely different. That's what I kind of expected to happen. But look at that. It's completely different. Completely. 100% different. I mean, I can hold this up all day long. It's going to do like that side. It's going to run down there and be like, hey, guess what? Let's all mingle. It's not really what I was looking for. I wasn't looking for green to go down there and play around with the purple. Like this. This is not. That's pretty. Okay, I really like this. Okay, we're gonna go this way with this because I don't want it to go mingle with the greens either. I'm gonna give it a little water. You have a nice, clean, damp brush. You can do that. You can just give it a little water and watch it bleed. Look at that. I like that. Oh, maybe you can see the sheen there. Oh, look at that bleeding. That's pretty. I like it. This is why I like watercolors. Because they do this pretty thing that makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. So using 3 colors so far. 3 little colors. Just to see what happens. Sorry, my arm is in the way. Look at that. That really does do nicely. I mean, like I said, I was very intimidated by these canvases. I was like, no, I don't know if I could do this. But it's pretty pretty. It's pretty pretty. And that is literally 3 colors. Purple, blue, well, 2 different colors of green. Purple, purple, blue, and 2 different colors of green. And you can do it again. Let that green get back up there if you don't want it to be so stark at the bottom. And when you get it where you want it, then we're just going to let these dry. And we're going to try something else. I like it right there. Okay. Cool. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I was going to do 2 different tests. I decided to do an extra. So I remembered these lovely little numbers we have: Color Burst powders, fuchsia, phthalo green, and solar flare. So I thought we'd give this another chance. We're going to do the same paintbrushes, same everything, and we're going to let these guys dry, but I don't want to get water on it because I like where it is. Okay, so once again, I'm just going to try to get some water on here and just see what happens when we sprinkle a little bit of this on there. Let's see. You never know. You never know till you try, right? Okay, move this guy over because I don't want to contaminate you. I'm going to start with the solar flare. We'll just give it a little sprinkle. It'll act with the water no matter what. You may have to give it some more water. A little green and a tiny little burst of purple. Pink. Fuchsia. Excuse me. Excuse me. There we go. Okay. It is doing its thing. Giving it some splatters of water just because I don't want to just ooh, maybe some drips. Okay. Dripping is better with regular canvas. If you're going to do this, please be careful of your clothes. I'm not right now, and I actually like this shirt, so grab my towel, which is right behind me, and it's just an old towel full of paint now, and I just kind of wear it like a bib and cover my pants, shirt, whatever I have on. Okay, I like this so far. I think we will just kind of maybe give it a little help in a couple places and then just leave it alone. Because then I want it to just do its thing, whatever that is. I don't want to, you know, lead it. lead it a little bit, but not so much that you make it decide your idea. I want it to have its own thoughts. Kind of like when I had a daycare and I was like, ask a kid a question, but you don't want to lead them into an answer. You want to know what their answer is. Because after all, little kids are just smallish people. Just because they're little doesn't mean they don't have thoughts and dreams, and they're just little. And sometimes little people have a lot more to think and say, and they sure do hear a lot more than what you think they hear. A lot. So be careful when you're talking. Little kids hear a lot more than you think they hear. Okay, I'm good with this one. I'm going to leave that alone, let it dry, and see what happens. I'm going to push it over there. I'm going to try the watercolor. I need to really write that on here. I'm just going to put W. We'll just put a big W on the back. And we're going to try this real quick, and then we're going to let it dry. See how it goes. Okay, water, 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 water. Lots of water. I don't think the whole sheen thing really matters with the color bursts. I think the more water the better sometimes. It depends on what you're wanting. But with the color bursts, and from what I'm seeing, there's a lot of different brands of color burst now too, and of powdered watercolor, I guess, not brands of color burst. So let's try this again, see what happens. Right off the bat, it is going further. Right off the bat, man. Batman. Ha ha ha. Right off the bat, man. He's going, gone. Yeah, and I don't know what I'm thinking with this. I'm not really. I'm just kind of letting her fly. It's very pretty. I'm going to be very interested to see what it looks like when it's dry. I'm going to be really interested. That was a big blob of color. I don't want a big blob of color. I want it to be a color. Oops. It dripples on the edge. And you get this little, that can mess up stuff when you don't want it to. Sometimes it's a happy mistake. We all learned that from our favorite guy. Happy accidents. I used to listen to that guy when I was a kid. Love it. This is turning out really, really wonderful. Okay, that I'm thinking is about where I want it to stop. I'm thinking. This is a little bitty spot right here where the green is just so a dot of green. Put a little green up here just so it's even. Yeah, it's got good bursting. Yeah. I'm not hating it so far. I mean, it's really nice. Really, 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 really good. Okay, we're still going to try the canvases, but I may have to wait until these all are dry because I'm running out of space. And I don't want to move them too much. If you move them too much, with all the water, sometimes it all just kind of pools or moves. And I like it. I like it where it is, and I want to see how it dries like that. So we will let them dry, and you can't use like a heat gun on this because that would just defeat the purpose of letting it dry and seeing what happens. So, okay, we're gonna let it dry and see what happens. Okay, we're back. It's actually been a couple of days because I had to do some little kid work. So, yeah, I had little teeny tiny people around here. That was fun. So, I know for you it's been like a second. For me, it's been like 2 days. But anyway, I've had this in my mind for a couple of days now to test out this watercolor canvas and then a regular canvas with watercolor. So, I kind of found a little daisy online, and it's just one of those little prop things that, not really a prop, but I can't find it right now. But you print it out and then take your, let me put my glasses on. Take your pencil, which is really good. 8B is really a good density. And then you just scribble all over the back of it, like we were when we were kids, where you put a penny or a quarter underneath the paper and you scribbled all over the back to see the image. Well, you're doing that, then you flip it over, and then you just draw around everything you want. You can add to or take away from. And then I just put little stems on these, trying to make them as close to the same as possible. And I had my other pencil here too. I don't know where I put it. If it would have it would have bit me. It's right here. Yeah. So the 4H, I'm not sure what the H or I think the B stands for. Nope, right now I just don't know. My brain went blank just now. But the H it's like a harder pencil, so that's probably hard. And it's nice to draw over that because this is really soft. So it makes a nice little image. And then take your little kneaded eraser. These are the best erasers in existence. And just play with it. It's wonderful. So if it ever feels like it's getting yucky, just play with it for a little while. Get it warm. Give it a couple of kneads. That's why it's called kneaded. And then go over that and erase. It doesn't leave anything behind. It's just fantastic. I love it. So I did the other two, and we're going to see if I can even see that. Oh, wow. It's very light. I don't know if you can see that at all. It's almost too light for me even. But we have our water. We have colors. I'm thinking blues and purples, really dark blues and purples still. Around. I don't think this is, we're going to see. I'm not going to say too much because I just don't know. But the same blues that we used before. Daniel Smith. And this is in the Throne blue. I'm going to just kind of see if I can see where it is and just kind of outline where the petals are. I don't think I'm going to do this whole thing because this will take for flipping ever. And I don't think this one, from judging from what I've done already on the other two, and I'll show you those in a few minutes, this is not going to do much. But I want to see. I'm very curious. I want to see if it's going to at least look good. You know what I mean? Sorry if I sound funny today. My allergies, oh my goodness. When my husband was leaving for work this morning, he said, look over there, it looks like a fire. It literally looks like smoke in the air, and it is just pollen. And I ran back in the house. I told him, I said, I'm going back in. So I ran back in and started my morning with all kinds of allergy medication. Nice. Nice, wonderful. Allergy medication. Can you see what I'm doing? Yes, you can. Let's see here. We can pull you a little closer. And straighten you up a bit. Wow. My camera is so heavy that even this huge canvas apparatus that I have, it's supposed to hold it steady, but my camera is so humongous that it wobbles. It just wobbles. But you get the picture of what I'm trying to do here, I think. I might try a smaller brush on the other one for this part, because I am still getting the hang of this whole wonderful, big, bold, beautiful brush. I love this brush. I really, really do. And I'm enjoying getting to know it. See, the other thing about this is that it's so light. I can hardly even tell where the petals are, so I'm going to kind of make it whatever I want it to be as we go along here. We'll make extra petals. You can see that there's a little something right there. I used to be able to see right next to things. Now it's not so much. Gotta put on the heavy duty glasses, man. Heavy duty. Yeah. So, I hope you've had a good week. Like I said, I was taking care of some little tiny people. Gotta do it again tomorrow. Different little tiny people. So that's always nice. Having little tiny people around is always a good thing. As you know, I had a daycare. I really enjoy little tiny people. They got a lot to say, man. They got a lot to say. Sometimes it don't make a whole lot of sense to us, but it makes sense to them. Right? Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of purple into this. And I think we're going to wait on this one and see how some of this goes. I think I hit the blue instead of the purple. I think I did. I really did. Haha. I'm going to hit with, let's see, completely different color. So just hit it with a little bit of this. And we're going to move on to the other one because, oh my goodness, guys. I know I was very impressed with what the watercolor canvas was doing when I was talking to you last. But oh boy, when it dried. Oh boy, when it dried, just delightful. Can't even express how delightful it is. Okay, I think I'm going to just put a little bit of green down here because I can. Blend that up a little. You know, and if you mess up, you know what you can do? You can always go right over it with some, especially with this one. I can take this one and turn it back into a regular canvas and put acrylic over this. It'll be no problem whatsoever. And like I said, one of the canvases turned out kind of icky. So really, I might actually do that one. And we might just see if we can just like totally take it to the sink and rinse it off. And then it'll be back to being a canvas again. It'll be no big deal. Okay, so that's the first. This is the big one. This is the one I want it to work well. I'm going to turn it upside down for me so I can see what I'm doing. But as I said, my allergies are acting up, so when my allergies are acting up, my eyes get goopy. Not really goopy, but you know what I mean. If you have allergies, you know what I mean. They're itchy. Itchy, watery eyes. Horrible. Makes me so irritated. I don't like allergies at all. Okay, this is the watercolor one. I saw something like this a while back, and I was like, wow, that just is so gorgeous. It was on watercolor paper, but they just did a dark background around a white flower. I don't know if it was a daisy or what it was. Daisies are big in our family. My mom loves daisies. She loves them. Maybe it's because they come out right around her birthday. Trying not to sniffle, guys. Trying so hard not to sniffle. Because, oh my goodness, could I sniffle right now? Trying to just be normal. We're just going to go around. See if we can't blend that out a little bit. Because there's nothing, oh, there's a hair. There's nothing else going to be in this besides one lovely little beauty. Yeah, I like it. See, I can't see where my pencil marks are. I was really good at erasing them this time. Holy cow. Got rid of them real good, where I can't even tell where they are. Wow. Let's see, let's get a little more paint. Do this side a little darker. I like it. I'm very impressed with these canvases. I was very skeptical. I wish we had been recording when me and my daughter were at the, I was like all excited, then I was like intimidated, and then I was like, you know what? Probably won't work anyway. But they were on like a super sale. So I was like, why not try it? Why not? What's it gonna hurt? So I bought way too many. But I have now got ideas. It is not like paper. It is definitely not like watercolor paper at all. I see. I don't even know if I got all that in the right spots. I see all these people, and they do beautiful, beautiful artworks, and they got this like delicate, holy cow, you can barely see it, pencil lines on there, and I'm like, how can you see that? I just proved to myself I can't see it. So, oh, yeah, do a little bit more blue over here on this area. I was going to do some purple in there, but then I just grabbed the wrong one again because, I don't know, I guess I'm just drawn to that beautiful blue. And this is quinacridone purple. Quinacridone magenta. Oh, quinacridone purple. So we'll see. Trying to do it very similar to the other one. Just outlining the daisy or flower, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it doesn't have to end up being a daisy. Who knows? Maybe it will turn out to be something completely different. And I just wanted it to be a daisy, and then it's like, oh my goodness. You know, when you're painting, sometimes it just like, it just does, speaks to you, and suddenly you're like, thought that was going to be a daisy or whatever, and it decided it didn't want to. But I think those two colors work very nicely together. You know? It's just really pretty. And I'm just doing straight up color. No blending this time, just straight up color. Just to see what we can come up with. Okay, so I'm going to put a little green at the bottom. And then I'm going to have to let these dry for a while. And we'll see how they look when they're all dry. These are a little saggier than I'm used to. I usually find canvases like that, they're way more, they have a lot more, I don't know. But they got a lot more to them than just this. This is kind of saggy. That's one thing. Kind of pooling in the middle. You know what I mean? I'm sure you can see that. I'm not sure that I like that. We'll see. Get some more of this really dark green. This is Under the Sea green, I think. Pretty sure that's what. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. This is pretty much turned out exactly what I was thinking it would. A little more. Or a lot more. Yeah. And their stems are not that thick, so we're going to thin it out a little bit. Okay, now the big test. It's going to have to sit and dry, and then we'll come back and we'll see what it looks like when it's all dry. Like I say, this is not the same as, even though it's a watercolor canvas, it is not the same as watercolor paper by any means. This is very much different, and like I said, it's pooling in the middle. And I'm not going to try to stop it. I could put a book under it. Trying to, let's see. I wasn't going to stop it, but now I'm thinking. This is just a little book that got from the Michaels. But that's what I used underneath it for drawing. I put that under there to keep it from getting too smushed down, you know. Good. I want it to be like right there, but yes, I don't want it to be like all right there. You gotta have a little bit of color in the sky too. Like I say, this is not the same. It's a completely different thing. Okay, I'm not going to touch it anymore. Okay, I'll talk to you in a minute. Okay, they're all dry, and you can definitely see a difference. I did drop a drip of water here, so I kind of smeared it around. It ended up looking like a cloud, so I think that looks good. It didn't dry in some places really well, so and it kind of, like I told you, it was sagging a little, and it kind of pooled in places, so I moved that around just a little bit. But other than that, This didn't do any pooling. It just dried that way. And I kind of liked it. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to leave it the way it is and let's see what happens. So I like that. So I got some different paint brushes. This one was given to me. It's a synthetic. It's just really tiny. I think it was used for acrylics, but I think it works. It would work really good for this. So Vallejo number 3/0 synthetic. Anyhow, some of my favorite ones are Princeton brush Select. They have a nice little bounce back. So I have 2 of those. I have my number 2 round, and I have my number 6. There's stuff on it. Round. So this is another Princeton. I like these 2 brushes. These are really, really good. I also have my Princeton Velvet Touch number 6, and this is a filbert, which I love that, and this one is a long round. Long rounds have a nice little tip to them, and they're really good. So I figured that one, if this one doesn't give me what I need, then we'll try that one. I don't know which ones we're going to use. I really don't. But for right now, I think I'm going to try this little bitty tiny one. And I'm going to wet my paints again. And I'm going to pause a second. Okay, I'm back. Like I said, I don't know how much this is going to do what I want it to do. So we're going to see. And we're going to work this out together. And that's just going to take forever. So we're not going to do it that way. I'm going to use my, what is this stuff called? My neutral tint. I like that. Neutral tint. Fantastic stuff. Put a bunch of water in it and water it way down. Because with like a daisy, these are white daisies. We can make them yellow if we wanted to, or any color. But we're going to do a white daisy. And with a white daisy, you don't want them to be dark. I think I'm going to add a little bit of yellow into this. Just a little. Yeah, I like that. Kind of like a little, yeah, that makes me feel much better. I like it. Okay, so all we're going to do is, we're just going to take a very, very tiny amount of this. We're going to go where our little circle is, and we're going to just kind of get that defined. That's where our little circle is. I don't want it to be too dark because I just want to be able to see it. These little petals in the front are just going to have like a little lip on them. So we're just going to just give them a little bit of definition and just see what we come up with these little guys. Oop. You just want them to have a little bit of definition. Not much, because they're supposed to be white. You probably could almost do this with dirty water. But you just want it to have just a little bit of a definition. Trying to think, what else could I tell you about doing this? You could do this in pink, like a grayish pink, or just a gray. Or you could actually just pull the color from behind it. You know, especially with this one. This is the one on the regular canvas. And I don't know exactly where my petals are right now. I'm just trying to get them to stand out so I can see them. So we're just trying to give them a little life so you can actually see where a petal is. Your petals should always go back toward the center. And our center is going to be, we're going to define that a little bit more just so we know exactly where our center is. It's kind of tilting that way, you know, it's just a little cutie pie, just having its own little place over there in the world. And you can move a little bit of a dust in there. Wonderful. You can move your petal like that one. I'd rather have it a little bit bigger now. And this one, I'll move it a little bit. But you're just giving a hint of a color there because it's white. It's a white petal. And you can get rid of some of it. Let me try a bigger paintbrush with this because this is working fine. But this is going to take a long minute to do this. Let's try this. See how this works. I always like to try different things, try different paintbrushes, see how things work. We're going to put that one all together that way. And if you see a place where you just need a little extra, you just grab some of that neutral tint or black color, whatever you think, and just make it the way you want it to be made. This is your painting. And you can do it. What the little kids shows say, you can make it. You can do it. My kids used to listen to a lot of cute kids shows, and I always loved how they would tell the kids, you know, like you can make your bad dreams good. You can be anything you want to be. I really enjoy that. Makes me happy. Because I tell kids that too. I'm like, you don't have to do it somebody else's way. You can do it any old way you want to. Doesn't have to be just because this is the way everybody else is doing it. You know, that's how things are invented. Things are invented because somebody decided to do it their own way. And I love that. I love doing things my own way. I'm sure my parents would tell you that. Oh, we tried to get her to do this, do that, blah, 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 whatever. And she just wanted to do it her way, always. That's okay. I came up with my own things. It's fantastic. Now, I have to do it their way when I was in their house, yes. But I got old enough to have my own place, and then I did it my way when I got my own place. Yeah. So you can too. If you're little kids and you're listening, when you get old enough to have your own place, you are welcome to do it the way you've always been taught, or maybe you find a way you do it your own. Just touched the wrong one. It's okay too. Yeah. So we have some littler petals and some bigger petals, and some of it's defined and some of it's just not. This is kind of like a dry brush technique right here. I'm trying to just get some color going. But some of it's wet, so it's just disagreeing with me. I shouldn't put this much time and effort into this one because this one is just... This one's the Just Canvas one. And I don't know exactly why there is this extra petal here. So we're going to blend it into the other one. Okay. I like this. I have to say this one's turned out way better than I thought it was going to turn out. The best thing about doing this YouTube channel is it is my videos. I don't have to put any of them out there if I don't want to. That's one of the things that was stopping me. It's like, but everybody's going to see all my mistakes. Who cares? if I make a video and I'm like, you know what? That is not going out there for the world to see and everybody to scrutinize. I think people are just too cranky. Somebody who's just trying to give away a part of themselves, you know, you're just trying to share something. Don't be cranky with people. People are just trying. People, there's so many different videos out there for people. I mean, you can find just about anything. Somebody's trying to show you how they did it, how it worked for them. So if you're seeing a video like that, somebody's just trying really hard to make you see how they did it. Be kind. Remember, it's their time, it's their effort. You don't have to watch their video. You can walk away. You can turn it off. And sometimes that's okay. Wow, that turned out much better than I thought it was going to turn out. I love it now. Okay, let's do some greens. Mix some of this old green with some of this new green that I'm putting in here, and we'll see what we come up with. I don't want it to be mint green, but I want it to be greeny. Lots of dust. But I don't want it to be the same green that I have already there. This one's going to have to stand on its own 2 feet, man. And like this, if that is too green, too mint green for you, you can go back and change it. You can go back and you can add something to it. You can also add a little bit of the neutral tint. It's supposed to be neutral. And if it's neutral, it kind of makes you think that you can use it on anything, right? If you can neutral, darken up some yellow, you certainly can neutral darken up something else. Okay, so I like that right now. We're going to let that sit for a minute. We'll try something out on this one. Wow, that really turned out better than I thought. Daisies are not hard. I always thought they were super duper hard, and it just intimidated me, but if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, so we're just going to give it a little bit of a definition of where we're going to have that little circle in the middle. Not quite a circle because this is kind of on an angle, but it's so easy. You start with where everything's going to go to, you know, so you want your stem to be coming out of there. You want your flowers to come out of the circle. It's just perspective, man. It's just perspective. You just want it to all kind of blend together. And you just kind of yeah, for some reason I can see this one a lot better. It's a lot. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. A lot. I don't know what that's from. Something in my history. Something in my memory banks. Remembers that phrase all the time. Okay. This is going to be a longer video. Like I say, people put themselves out there. Appreciate it. Or go watch something different. If you don't appreciate it, you know, see, this is the beautifulness of watercolor. You can make it go away. You can blend it out a bit. I love doing that. I love blending it out a bit. Just getting a clean brush, blend it out, take some of that away. Look at that. It's fantastic. Super easy. That's one of the things I love about watercolor. I was doing acrylics in the beginning, and man, waiting for stuff to dry is not my, I guess waiting in general, not my strong suit. I'm not big on waiting. But, you know, waiting makes you wait. Waiting makes you learn to be a stronger-minded person. Having to wait for something, I would say, makes you stronger. That's what I think. I think it makes you stronger. Having to work for something, having to wait for something, instead of just having somebody give it to you. So some of these petals, I'm not sure where I was going with this, but plus when we were doing the dark, I couldn't really see it very well. I can see it now. One thing I'm going to start practicing on is drawing. I'm not really good at, I mean I can, so I'm not going to say I'm not good at it, but I'm not proficient where I want to be. I want to be able to paint and draw. I want to be able to draw whatever I want to draw. And see if you leave a little bit of white space in between, it gives the illusion of the petal. Just that little separation. Maybe there's a petal behind it. Maybe you don't know what's going on behind it. But like, isn't this the easiest thing ever? The worst part about this is the waiting for it to dry. But like I was saying about acrylics, you can paint right over acrylics. So if you wanted to do this with acrylics, it might actually be easier. I'm not sure. It's going to be a little petal from behind. Just taking up some of that purple. Giving it a little more definition back there. Perfect. Nothing is perfect, but that's perfect enough for me. This is another little petal that went awry. It went awry, man. It went awry. Sorry, I'm turning this all the way around, but you know what? I've always wondered why other artists don't. You see them struggling to keep their hands out of the view. Why? I have trouble with my wrist, so I'm not gonna. And again, it's okay if you change channel. You don't have to finish the video. I would like for you to. I would like it. I would love it if you finish the video. Oh, just loving this. This is fantastic. I'm loving this. Give this one a little zhuzh in the back first. And then give these ones a little definition in the front. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I'm liking this. I was talking to my mom earlier, and I was waiting for this to dry. And the whole time I'm looking at it going, I just don't know. Just don't know, man. I don't know if this is going to go the way I want it to go. I'm just not sure. But I think it's doing fabulous. Way more than I thought. Okay, now I'm going to give it a little bit of definition. Let's try that little brush again. Give it a little bit of wetness and straight up on the neutral tint. Sorry, I'm making noise. Neutral tint. This is very cool. I seriously would love to hear the last time you painted something. If you've ever painted something. Was the last time you painted something when you were in kindergarten? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing whatsoever. I would love to hear about it. Because I know we all painted things in kindergarten. We all did. We had to. It's part of being in kindergarten, I think. I think that's just part of the deal. You go to kindergarten, you must paint. You got to. You got to. The teachers expect it. They don't want you to be an artist. They just expect for you to express yourself. Express yourself. I hope that was in frame. I'll move my turtle. I'm trying to have one of my turtles out all the time. Just so you can see all the wonderful little turtles I got. What do you collect? If you're still here at this point, I would love for you to comment what you collect and put a little turtle with it and tell me. I collect, whether it's giraffes, elephants, nothing. What do you collect? Tell me. If you have a collection, maybe it's something outside. Maybe you collect horses. Well, wouldn't that be cool? That would rock my socks, man. I would love to collect horses. I would have a field day collecting horses. I've always had a special place in my heart for horses. I don't have one, never did. Didn't really know too many people who had them. Even though I grew up in Texas where people had horses. It's kind of a dry brush technique right now. Just when it's your paintbrush is drying out or you just have just the slightest bit of water on it. Yeah, I like this. This is turning out way better than I thought. Okay. I think I like that where it is right now. I say that and then I see a spot. Like this little guy right here. Could use a little bit of something. Just to give it something where it's not like just so flat on the page, you know? Just, that might be a bit much. I was right. There's a lot. Just kind of, you know, go look at some flowers. Look at some flowers online. They're not just like we did in kindergarten. But even if that's what you want to do, why not? If that's all you can do, then that's all you can do. But I'm telling you what, this is therapeutic, man. You are not hearing me talking very much because it is therapeutic. And it is making my day happy. I'm like thinking, loving doing this. We have to do it again. Okay, we're going to get some yellow. This is all the yellows I have in here. Probably yellow and... what yellows do I have? I have Daniel Smith Quinacridone Gold in there. Do you get those phone calls that you know is not going to be anybody? That's what that was. Absolutely nobody I want to talk to. And they're scammers, man. They're scammers. Don't answer the phone. If it's automated, don't give them your information. Nothing. If they say it is somebody that, you know, like if they say, this is Spectrum. Okay, well, you know what? Call Spectrum yourself. Get your bill out. Call Spectrum. Don't give your information out on the phone. Please. Begging you. Don't give your information out. Don't. I know several people who have given their information out to people on Facebook, to people on the phone. Please don't do it. Please. I'm begging of you. Please don't give out your information. Because there are people out there who are just trying to take your money. They don't care about you. Please. Christmas time. I know someone around Christmas time who got scammed out of $500, and then they were like, what in the world? Called the people up and said, hey, I paid you for this, and they said, no, you didn't. And they asked, hey, is this a scam? Did I just get taken? And they wouldn't answer. It's like, we can't answer to that. Because you know why? They weren't even around here. They were somewhere else. And there's nothing against that, but they didn't have the authority to even speak to what was happening to this person. They just, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. So we helped them figure it out. And it was awful. Just awful. Stuff that they had to go through to get their own. And they were just out the money at Christmas time. So please. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. If they're calling you up and they're asking you to do something on the phone, don't. Take a minute. Call yourself. Call your own. Get out your bill. Call them and ask them. Is this a scam? They will help you. They'll help you on the phone, just like that. If the person is real on the, well, they're not real, because like that one was just automated. 100% automated. There was no one there. And please don't ever say yes. Don't say yes to anybody. I know this is becoming an infomercial for please don't hurt, don't Don't let people hurt you. Okay. Okay, I don't like my stem and leaves as much as I do the other one. One last thing. Don't let anybody take advantage of you online. If you didn't hear that, don't let anybody take advantage of you online. Because they will. And they don't care. Like I said, you can call. Make the phone call yourself. Call and ask them. You can listen to what they have to say. Don't give out your information, please. I hate hearing about that. I know somebody who ordered a pair of shoes off of one of those things on Facebook. They didn't get the shoes, but somebody got their money, and that was the end of that. Okay. I think that's as far as I'm taking these. I love that. They both turned out fantastic and completely different. I love it. I love it. I love it. That, I hope you can see how good that is. Okay, this is getting very long. I'm going to also show you, sorry, my arms are in the way, but I don't want to, there's one thing I want to show you first. Okay, so we started off with just trying out these. This is the watercolor on a regular canvas board. This is the one I may just rinse off and see if it'll go away, because that just is yucky. But, I mean, anyway. Okay, and then this is the same thing, did the exact same thing, but this is the watercolor canvas board. And they just blended nicely. It's completely different than watercolor paper, yes, but still, pretty fantastic. Okay, so then I did the bursts of color. These guys, the burst of color burst powders. This is on a regular canvas board. This is not for watercolor, but I wanted to see if there was really going to be that big of a difference. But yes, this is the difference. I think that is the most impressive thing I've seen in a long time. That is gorgeous. If you can't do that, you're living in a rock or in a cave. All I did was get this wet and drop some of that on there. And look at that. You could take this and easily just stick it to a card base and give it to somebody like this. Or you could go to the Dollar Tree and get some little stickers. I have some. I'll have to find them. Okay, well, I can't find the ones I wanted to show you, but these are from the Dollar Tree. You could take this easily. Any one of these stickers, stick it on there. How pretty would that be? That would be nice. The other one was lilacs that I found the other day. This also got from the Dollar Tree. You could take these little guys, stick them on there. People would love that if you gave it to them. I don't know where I got these. Probably it's a clearance. I don't know where that's from. What does it say? I have no idea. Anyway, if you know kids or anybody, wouldn't that be cute on there? Some sort of a whale or a octopus on there. That'd be so cute for like a kid's birthday. That'd be adorable. And everybody would love that. So, this is the things that you have to look forward to. This is what you can do with this. You can do it all a wonderful painting. I mean, this is really, really pretty. I like this. I may do more to it, but yeah, I just like it as it is right now. This is actually really awesome as well. So yeah, all of these things have their own place, their own whatevers. Who knows what I'll do with that one. That one's really cool. It's just nice. I mean, you could put flowers on that one too. Or, I mean, if you have a regular board, you could do that. I could have smeared that a lot more. Anyway, so this is, I think, a good comparison to see. And just so you know, I keep this here because my table is level, but this was all pooled into one side. So I don't know. It's level both ways. I don't know. But that's just what water does. It always pools on one side. It's fine. But I would say that these three are my favorites. And this would be a runner-up. But isn't that cool? So, please try this. Try something. Just get out some markers, some crayons, some whatever. This is going to be a longer video, but if you've watched it this far, I ask you to comment in the comments that you watched the whole thing. Tell me what you like to collect. What's your hobby? I would love to hear those kind of things from you. Find out what are the type of people that I am contacting with this video channel. So, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your time watching this videos. I appreciate your being here. And I would say please subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up. Send this to a friend. See if you know a friend who wants to paint something and is like, I really can't. Send this to a friend and let me try to encourage them through my trials and errors and see if they want to do this too. I would love to hear what they think. If you could pass this on to someone, that would be so great. So give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and we'll see you in the next video. Go and art it up, people. I want you to try. Do something. Tag me in all that you're doing. Tag me in hashtag the painting turtle or hashtag the painting turtle 28. Okay? And I will leave you with that. Peace and love to you all. I hope you have a beautiful day. God bless. Take care. I'll see you next time.